So I'd say working with Rosie has honestly been such a varied experience. So we've done, each session has been so different. So the first session was, it was really helpful. So we sort of set some goals at the start, gained some expectations, and it was really helpful because it made me think about what I actually wanted to get out of the sessions rather than just a general theme, which was so helpful. And it was also helpful for Rosie because she could then find it easier to make that thing happen. So she sort of set the room, set the energy in the room, which was really helpful because when you sort of come into an experience like this for the first time, it can be quite daunting. You don't really know what's going to go on. So it sort of gives you a chance to connect with the body, with the breath, with mind, soul, and it gives you a chance to just calm down and get into it. So we sort of talked about what I was wanting from the session, and then we did a sort of laid down, did a visualization, and there was some shamanic drumming in there, and it was really, I've never experienced anything like that before, so it was really interesting. So I sort of felt like I was in a trance, and it was a trance to make the healing happen. And I came away from that session and I noticed such a difference in myself. I was more connected to people, I felt happier, I felt calmer, I felt like the goals that I had set at the start were actually being met. And it was really, I came away thinking, this is crazy because it was an hour and a half, but here I am every day reaping the benefits. It was so strange. And then the second session we had was, I was going through a difficult time, so she was really adaptable and flexible and changed what I needed at the time to help me in that moment, which was so helpful because the situation I was in then was very different to the first session. So we focused more on positive psychology and talking through things, processing things, and then we did another visualization where I could sort of see a light in a very dark time, which was, it sort of made things so much easier going forward because although you're in a dark time, you can also have hopes and dreams, and two things can be present, two things can be happening at the same time, which was something that I hadn't experienced before, so that was amazing. And then the third session, we again talked about what I was hoping from the session, did some mental processing, and she helped me realise a lot of things that I would never have come to on my own. So it felt really transformative actually it sort of felt like a squiggly line going on in my head, and it sort of ended up being straightened out and coming to the realisation that what I necessarily thought about myself wasn't always true. And then we did some energy healing and got quite emotional, and I would say, to describe it to a friend, it's such a varied experience. It's so hard to put it into a few sentences, and it will be for everyone else as well, so it's really difficult. But for me, I would say that it's honestly the start of such a transformative path. And it's honestly, even from just the first session, I was like, whoa, this is life-changing stuff. This is crazy. So I would say, in a nutshell, it was incredibly spiritually healing, transformative, and you sort of feel more whole at the end of it. So yeah, definitely recommend. It'll change your life.